Hey Taurus, it's Kayla Tarot. Right then you guys, let's do your 1st to the 15th of July. It's Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. The energies Taurus. I'm going to do, like I've done with the rest of them, 5 cards spread in the middle and exterior energies either side. You and how the situation or anyone else should be dealing with or further guidance here, okay? Alright, let's do this. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's off by 1st to 15th. Got an old Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Set the deck, see what's crack-a-lacking. Alright then, central issue, 3 of Wands. Waiting for summer, waiting for ships to come in. Root of that is the Page of Pentacles, waiting for something to, I mean, the page in the upright is a small gesture being put forward. It is earth energy, so you could be waiting to put a gesture forward that you haven't already, or you're just waiting for some sort of a gesture to come through. Recent past is the Emperor, taking control over a situation, having control over a situation. That makes sense. It's total Taurian energy. Even though people say it's ruled by like Aries, I sometimes beg to differ. What's crowning you is the Knight of Pentacles. Very nice. This is slow progression, you guys. You're very determined, very focused, and you are not rushing for nobody. That is your prerogative. That is your energy. What's coming towards you is the 9 of Wands. So it's a bit of vulnerability. Me an indication that, like, for example, if you're waiting for an offer that's not come through, be about biting the bullet and actually allowing, this could be positive, this could be allowing you to be vulnerable, where otherwise you've had total control over that before. So let's quickly clarify this. So I want to go to there, 1 over the root, alright, 2 over there. Right, okay. 2 on each then. Right then, let's take a look. Okay, Justice with the King of Cups. So some of you could be waiting for a water sign to do the right thing, or you have been sitting on your laurels, I suppose, about doing the right thing for or with a water sign. The King of Cups is in the upright. Kings are masters of the suit. So this is like very attentive, very caring. Somebody even say it's to do with unconditional love as well. So this could either be the reason why, this is the root, this is the reason why. So this either the reason why you're waiting could be either because you've had a lot going on, so you've not been able to put forward anything, or if it represents somebody else, they've had a lot going on. This is like, it could be somebody's been involved with somebody else, you know, juggling, but it could also just be that someone's had a lot on their plate and just not had any spare time, I suppose. Maybe they've had their hands full. So, recent past, I kind of want to say, this to me, I mean, the page in the reverse, don't get me wrong, it's a wand, it's an action card. I usually liken the page to an apology in the upright, because he carries the olive branch, okay? So, in the reverse, this could be making a solid decision not to apologise, I suppose, whatever control that you've had over a situation. So if it's had to be your way, like, no, I'm not going to say sorry for that, but because the page in the reverse is there, an apology could be warranted at some stage. But if you're looking at it in a different perspective, page could also be taking initial action. It's like you decided you couldn't take initial action before because you were righting a few wrongs in your own life in terms of what you can control in your own life. You know, and also the Emperor is wise, so you felt like this was the right thing to do in the recent past, is not to act on something. So, with the Crown in position, you could be crying over spilt milk. The 3 of Cups, we could look at this in a few different ways. It could be it could be a reunion card. It could be a friendship card. It could be celebration cards. So it's like crying over spilt milk with a celebration, friendship, reunion of some sort. It's like crying over spilt milk over something silly, being upset over something silly. That's really what this is, okay? And obviously, it's slow progress to get out of that energy and stabilise yourself a little bit more than you maybe have been. So, in what's coming towards you, yeah, like I say, I always follow my intuition. This vulnerability is a good thing. Getting out of the nightmare. And also, you know, the king, you could be dealing with air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this is like allowing yourself to be vulnerable, to have a brutally honest conversation here. As the king in the upright, there are no mistakes. It is not filtered. This is like the whole truth and nothing but the truth. See, we go from the queen to the king. The queen invites communication. The king gives communication. You see what I mean? When you look at it in terms of both the storyboard of each suit. And the 9 of Wands is reversed, so this is out of the nightmare and into the reality of a situation. Okay? You just need to get out of your head here. I suppose justice being in the middle position, do the right thing. Something that you have been waiting for. Let's take a look at external issues, advice, guidance, whatever. So I'm going to say three from the top for your energy, 3 from the bottom for anyone else, unless that's just your guidance and advice. We'll know when we see it. So I sort of do this bit for those that are actually sort of concerned about someone or something specific. Right then. Right, well, let's cut the deck and do this. Right, 3 from the top and 3 from the bottom. Also, we'll have one of these as overall guidance, advice, something you need to bear in mind. Vision. No matter what, you see the bigger picture of a loving, just universe. So this is about seeing the bigger picture, broadening your vision. You see the bigger picture. Right, that one stays there. Your energy, and that one just flew out. So that's that. Right, okay. So let's take a look and see what's on your side here. I've got the 9 of Wands again, so this is twice this has came out reversed, okay? I've got to pop up battery low, just 1 minute. There we go, yeah, so 9 of Wands reversed again, so extra emphasis on allowing yourself to be vulnerable. The Knave of Chalices, so this is the Page of Cups. This is opening up, this is allowing yourself to be vulnerable in order to be confident about something. So they're basically saying, look, all right, this is a vulnerable thing for you to do, because there's a brutally honest conversation that needs taking place here about something that you've been waiting for. Maybe you've been waiting for this conversation and it's not been brought through, so you have to, I suppose, drop your guard away, sense to be vulnerable to bring this forward. And they're basically saying this will help your confidence should you do that. And also, I've got the 3 of Wands. I mean, these are different in, I suppose, each deck, but we have the 3 of Wands as your central issue as well. So I've got extra emphasis on the no longer waiting around, let's do something. And Romance Angel, make the effort. It's like the onus is on you, Taurus. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Right then, take a look at the other side to things. What you're not understanding, what you're not seeing. 10 of Wands in the reverse. Someone's dropping burdens here, okay? There is a need to drop burdens. The Emperor. Someone's definitely... What's this? Justice. Someone's nurturing themselves and putting themselves first and dropping a burden. So, if this does concern somebody else, I genuinely think you've got justice twice here. So, there's a lot of extra emphasis, like double cards coming up. This one. Unrequited love. It seems like someone's feeling a little bit... maybe this was the burden that they had to drop. Whether this was their perception or whether this was from their energy. It's like someone dropped it. It's unrequited. Someone's moving on. Someone's working on themselves. I've got justice twice, so yeah, we could be looking at a karmic sort of relationship of sorts, or a karmic connection. It seems like either this person, it's unrequited on their part, or they feel like it was unrequited. That would explain the nothing brought forward, nothing spoke about. And obviously, if you're being told to make an effort to rectify the situation, it's going to be for a reason, Taurus. So I suppose in a way, if you guys don't want this, if for you it's unrequited, you don't have to entertain it, but don't stress about it either. For some of you, being vulnerable or actually delving into this maybe just too dramatic for you and you just don't want it, in which case move on. For others of you, there is somebody here who you do care about. You really do care about, and it is karmic. And there's been some sort of a mix-up here, okay? And it's left you guys feeling, I want to say, less than content. It's like you're trying to feel content, but there's still, look, what's in your crowning position? There is still something very, very sort of upsetting going on here. So I suppose in a way, Spirit say, look, if you want to rectify it, the opportunity to rectify it is there. Open, honest conversation. Don't, you can move on. Because I'm seeing a blockage here anyway. The blockage could be coming from you or them, it doesn't matter. You've been told to make an effort while they are trying to release burdens. So it feels like it's a two-way street. You're both creating a blockage. So yeah, I think Spirit's trying to say, with the Nine of Wands in reverse, drop the blockage, drop the wall. You know what I mean? Right, I'll leave that there, and I do hope that this helps some of you moving forward. Obviously, if it hasn't resonated, these messages just aren't for you at this time. Feel free to check out your mini rising, or there's plenty of other Taurus on YouTube that are brilliant that may have the right messages for you at this time. But yes, that's what I've got for Taurus. So, wish you guys all the best. Take care. Bye for now.